All right, well, welcome to our Soul CEO Masterclass for October 2025. It is how to build a profitable business online without losing your soul. If you've heard that one or 100 times, it means you've been around the Soul CEO movement, because that is our mission statement here. So this is the most important free masterclass that we do of the year. I have breaking news for you, a massive reveal, a special gift for those of you guys who are here live. So stay tuned and watch to the end, because I have a really special little present for you that you guys hopefully saw a sneak peek of over the weekend, a special audio series that I feel like is going to set you free, that is going to help unshackle some of the bondage that you have of fear of man or fear of rejection. So we'll get into all those goodies and the reveal here in just a second. My name is Rachel Picard. I'm your host here today. Of course, there's always disclaimers. Results are going to vary. Prior to getting started in business for myself, I was a 21-year-old college dropout. I grew up in a very typical Midwestern home. My parents divorced when I was young. They remarried. I had epic step parents. And my parents went two very different directions. My mom went into corporate America, which was 9 to 5, which really ended up being about 8 to 6. And my dad had a brick and mortar business my entire life, still does to this day. And I'll tell you that from a very early age, I watched both of them struggle in their own avenues. And at a very early age, I knew that I wanted to be successful. Guys, drop one in the chat if you knew that you were called at an early age to be successful, that you had like this desire and you didn't know what it meant. Like you wanted to help people, you were going to, have a nice car or do great things or see wonderful places. I have a vivid memory of sitting in my parents' living room. They had an Encyclopedia Britannica. Now I'm aging myself. And I remember opening the books and seeing things like the Caribbean and the Roman Colosseum. And these were things all over the world. I understood geography by this point, but I knew that that was nothing like we did, because our once a year holiday vacation was taking the family car about 2.5 hours north to the chain of lakes in Wisconsin and staying in a dilapidated old cabin. And it was fun and it was great, but I'd never seen any of these things before. And I watched my parents both struggle. They went from feast to famine, depending on how the economy was doing. And I just knew I didn't want to be like either of them. Fast forward a few years, I ended up becoming deathly ill at the age of 15 with a disease called ulcerative colitis. Almost lost my life, spent 2.5 months in the hospital, got down to about from 150, 160 pounds to 112 pounds at 6 feet tall. So I was emaciated. I nearly died several times. And I had a horrible experience, but also an amazing experience because I had some really good nurses. So by the time I got healthy enough to walk again, to talk again, to use my hands, occupational therapy, went through dozens of surgeries, reconstructive surgeries, I had to make a choice at 16 what I was going to do in college. And I don't know if you guys remember this decision, but I knew I don't want to go corporate America. I don't want to start my own business like my dad, because he seems pretty stressed out, relying on 20-something-year-old hairdressers for his profitability. I decided, you know what? I'm going to be a nurse. Because I knew that you could go to nursing, you could go get even like a nurse practitioner's degree, a license, and you could go and make 6 figures on a few years of schooling. And it was a lot less than was needed to be a doctor, because I did not like school whatsoever. Drop a 2 in the chat if you did not like school. I didn't like tests. I didn't like school. I liked learning, but I didn't like the structure of it and the stress of it and the competition of it. So I decided I'm going to go to school for nursing. Fast forward a couple of years, I got into nursing school and figured out very quickly this was also not for me. It was politics and paperwork. No shade to the healthcare system. They are some of our amazing frontline soldiers. My family is all nurses. My mother-in-law, my sister-in-laws, they're all nurses here in Minneapolis. I love and appreciate what they do, and I've had amazing nurses in my life, but I knew that I was called for more. At the age of 21, I was dragged down to a meeting to learn about direct sales and network marketing. And that was when my eyes were open to this idea that you could have leverage income. Comment the word leverage in the chat. The idea that you could actually work once and get paid several times over. That was newsflash for me, because all I had ever seen was my parents going to work and exchanging time for a paycheck. So at 21, I dove into the home-based business industry with no skills, no network, and just a dream and a vision and a fire in my heart and something inside of me that said, you were called for more. You were called for greatness. And I'm going to show you guys, I'll show you guys a lot more of the story here in just a little bit, but I'll fast forward to save a little bit of time. I struggled for 5 years doing it the old school way. We'll talk about Chamber of Commerce's, trade shows, calling leads, the whole gamut. And a mentor of mine in 2009 said, you got to start building online. 2009, guys. Who was building online in 2009? Who was on, and I started on YouTube. Do you guys know what was on YouTube in 2009? Give me do you have any guess what was on YouTube? Cats. There was cats videos. That was it. And I started building a brand, a micro celebrity following. And within about 18 months, I had 5,000 subscribers and almost 10,000 people on my list. By the age of 26, I launched my second direct sales company, and I went from zero to $50,000 a month in 7 months. Within 1 year, making $1 million a year, became the #1 female earner of that company, only to watch it completely fall apart. I say this because I have seen the depths of lows of struggle. I have done the grunt work of trying to build a business through my own effort, through calling and, the old school tactics. And I've also been able to see a different side of the coin of actually having people come to you. How many guys would love that? Drop a 3 in the chat. If regardless of what you sell, product, service, information, opportunity, you want people coming to you. That is what I've taught, and that is what I've devoted my life to for the last decade plus. I'll tell you guys before I move on, the most interesting thing about me, that little boy right there. that is my claim to fame. I'm like, it's not the millions made. It's not the hundreds of millions in sales. It is that little boy and the one growing in my tummy right now because I'm 7.5 months pregnant. I will tell you that being a mother has changed me, and it has given me a vision of impact so much bigger than I ever had in my entire life. So praise be to God for motherhood. I do have a special gift for you today, and my promise is that in this masterclass, you are going to learn how you're going to explode your influence, your income, and your impact online, even if you're starting with no following and from absolutely ground zero today. That is my promise to you. I'm going to show you how to generate 5, 10, 20, even 50 leads every single day without running ads, without being a mega influencer, and without, hallelujah, bugging your friends or cold messaging. How many guys could get excited about this? Say yes in the chat. Like, just the idea that you could have qualified people that are in front of your message, in front of your product or information or service or opportunity. That is my promise I'm going to show you here today. My goal is I want to show you my exact business model. And I realized recently I've never done this. I have taught over 20 different courses and products in SoulCEO since 2017. I have run masterclasses for over a decade. I have taught recruiting. I have taught brand building in basic form. I've taught Instagram. I've taught traffic. I've taught goal setting. Some of you guys have taken my courses. I've taught leadership. I've ran a leadership mastermind, and I've never actually shown a look under the hood of the exact methodology that I've used to make millions of dollars. And by the way, guys, I do this on less than 20 hours a week. So my goal is to show you that here today. And I'm going to show you how it absolutely is possible to build a micro celebrity brand. I'm the one that coined the term micro celebrity in 2011 to stand out. How many guys want to stand out? Say, I do. You're like, you want to stand out, like the marketing, the news feed, the timeline, the For You page just feels unbelievably messy right now, unbelievably crowded. But I want you to build a brand that feels as authentic as it does also anointed. That it feels authentic to you, that feels personalized for you, that feels divine for you, right? That feels anointed also by God. And if you stay till the end, I'm not only going to just show you my micro celebrity branding plan, I'm going to give you exactly what I do from start to finish, like how I generate all of those leads and convert them. But I have a big reveal. And how many guys have heard me talk about the shift the last couple of weeks? Guys, drop a 4 in the chat if you guys have heard me talk about the shift. How many of you guys have personally felt that shift, drop a 44 or 44444? You personally felt a shift. You've been feeling it in your soul. You've been seeing it in your customers. You've been seeing it in your downline. You've been seeing it in your feed. You've been seeing it in other marketers. People are shifting and pivoting. Companies are shifting and pivoting in a huge way right now. And recently, I finally was obedient and I burned my entire digital product business to the ground. So I turned off a passive revenue stream like that to follow the will of the Father. And I'm explaining exactly what I did because where he is taking us to is so much higher. Now, I do have a special gift for you guys as a thank you for just being here. I'm going to give you guys access to a new series that I'm creating. So I actually recorded 12 different audios over the last couple of weeks called Spiritual Equipping. It's a library. And I want to give you the first episode, the first meditation of this, and it's called Faith Over Fear of Man. So just for attending today, I'm going to give you guys access to this to go download. It'll immediately come to your inbox and you can listen to me on the go. My poor voice, I'm so sorry. I should have used AI, okay? But alas, it is me recording it. And my prayer is that you can drench yourself into the word, into holy truth. You can listen to it on repeat and truly get a breakthrough when it comes from fear of man. So who am I? Well, I shared with you the backdrop, but here's the stack. I'm the founder of SoulCEO. I'm a pioneer of the micro celebrity method. I built brands to hundreds of millions of dollars in global revenue that has earned me and my family multiple millions of dollars online. I've amassed over 300,000 followers. I've built lists now to over 20,000 qualified Christian entrepreneurs. I've recruited now over 1,000 people in my primary business and made well over 1,000 sales, helped over 1,000 students inside of SoulCEO. I share this with you guys not to brag. I share with you guys not to boast, but some of you guys are so brand new, you've never heard this. And so I want you to know, I know what I'm talking about. This is what I've done. It's what I breathe. It's what I reproduce in all of my students and team. Now, I'll tell you guys that I have done a lot of things right in business, a lot of things right in digital marketing, but I've also done a lot of things wrong. I have made a large amount of mistakes, okay? And after building in digital marketing for the last 16 years, right, since 2009, I'm going to tell you guys why I know this. Here's what I know. I'm going to share with you why network marketers who rely solely on their warm market end up either dead broke or out of the industry in a matter of a year or two. If you are a network marketer and you're relying solely on your warm market, and that is your only strategy to build and to get more sales and leads and teamies and breakthroughs, you will be out of this industry faster than you can imagine. I will also share with you guys what I've learned, that you can sell your products, information, services, or opportunity without feeling slimy, without feeling like you're selling or begging or pushing. How many guys can get excited about this? Drop a 5 in the chat. Like, okay, I want to sell my stuff, but I don't want to feel awful about it. I want to feel like it's sacred. I want to feel like I'm actually helping people, or I want it to feel like a little bit less removed, so I'm not having to like grind for every sale. I'm going to share with you simple ways that I've used to automate lead generation without expensive or fancy funnels, no website builders, no, like literally if you can send an email, I'm going to show you guys how I use this system. And then how to diversify your income streams to truly build what I call a hedge of protection around your family that nobody can tear down. How many guys know or have seen companies completely go under in the last year? Turn off their model, turn off commissions, get acquired, etc. Like, hey, we're going to take 95% of your check away if you built a team. What if you could diversify your income stream so that you can build your own economy? And the good news is that you can plug these practices into any niche, into any business. Now, remember, guys, I discovered all of these truths the hard way. That's a picture of me many years ago at a home party. The way that I used to build this business, remember I told you I did it offline. I did the grind. I remember one time I flew to a new team in Oklahoma, outside of Oklahoma City. And I flew from Houston, Texas to Oklahoma City. I paid for the flight, about $300, to attend a home party. Amanda knows. To attend a home party. And there was 12 promoters or consultants in that area. So in that room, in that city, And of that, those 12 new excited distributors, we had one guest. So I flew and I spent 2 days away from my family, right? There, and then the next day coming back. I spent over $300 in travel expenses to sit there for one prospect. I'm going to share with you guys the easy way. You guys get to fast track what I call the anointed way. For 16 years, guys, I'm telling you, I've done it all. I've cold called professionals. I bought expensive leads that ended up being totally recycled and 20 other people had called them. So I was basically getting wrong numbers and hung up on. I've also wasted thousands of dollars on courses that teach outdated materials, stuff that worked in 2015, scripts that worked in no, that's generous. Scripts that worked in 1980. Hello. And I've learned that, okay, they are teaching Antichrist principles. How many guys have felt this? Drop a 6 in the chat. 6 is perfect. 666, right? Whoa. You're like, holy cow, I thought this person was going to be good for me, helpful for me. And my spirit, something inside of me is like, this is warning signals, red flags, like a holy warning going off. Because now they're teaching manifestation. They're teaching accumulation. They're teaching things that are completely antithetical to the word. I've also these are the mistakes I made. I've built a lot, okay? I've done a lot. I've lived in 3 different countries. I've also made the same rip off and repeat content, meaning taking what my mentors posted, taking what my coaches posted, only to receive crickets from my network. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm just sharing what it's working for them. Why isn't it working for me? How many guys have felt this? Drop a 7 in the chat. You're like, it's not working for me. It's not hitting for me. And I spent countless nights on empty living rooms, on near empty Zooms, hustling for sales. How many guys want the simplified way? The simplified way to build a profitable business online that feels authentic, aligned, and dare I say, even like a little bit automated. That sounds great. We're in 2025. If you don't have some automation in your business, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what are we doing here? Technology is our friend. You know what I've done for years. I shared the stack, but I just want to tell you about the last 12 months. I want you guys to imagine months like this where you have enrolled dozens or 100 plus people, where you have had over 100 sales in a day. Can you imagine? Can you just like think about that for a second? Imagine 113 sales in a day. Imagine having a daily payout of $365 or a daily payout daily of over $1,600 or having a daily payout of over $4,000 in one day online. Now, I'll tell you guys, candidly, I've had $7 days too. I've had $27 days, I've had $2,000 days, and everything in between. But I want you to imagine having consistent, predictable sales. I do not go one day online without making a sale. Type in the comments, daily sales. I need you to think about that. Even a $27 sale every single day for you is $800 a month. How many guys, your life would be impacted positively with an extra $10,000 to $12,000 per year right now? Say yes. Hello, daily sales. And if you can do 27, you can do 270. If you can do 270, you can do 2,700. See how it can escalate like that. I want you guys to imagine reaching 200,000, 500,000, 1 million people a month, 2 million people a month on just one platform. What would happen when your message that is so aligned, that is so dialed in, that your offer is strong, your brand is on point, you are aligned with him, and your confidence is showing, and now you're reaching 2 million people a month? Do you not think that you'll get daily sales? Absolutely. That's how you get $4,000 days. I want you to imagine getting offers, getting emails asking, can you be on my podcast? Can you write a chapter in my book? I have to turn them down now. I don't have the time or the bandwidth. You know how many people, I probably get 1 to 2 a week. Can you be on my podcast? Or can I be on your podcast? I mean, it's just like, it's insane. In the last month, I participated in 2 of the largest Christian-based summits online today. They found me online. They said, we need Soul CEO to be one of our speakers. I record a 30-minute training. Boom. Guess what? I'm in front of 100,000 new people. Imagine what that would do for your audience, for your credibility and authority. If you guys get excited about this, say yes. Here's the greatest news of them all. I've done all of this, right? I made $1 million in the last year, but I've done this while being ultra present, ultra connected in church. 3 days a week, I'm in church. Bible studies, house groups, Sunday service. I'm also ultra pregnant with boy number 2. And I'm working less than 20 hours a week. I'm Monday through Friday. Barbara's like, how'd you become such an amazing speaker? Well, I've been doing this 20 years. If I wasn't good, I should find something else. So I always tell people, like, how'd you get so good? I'm like, I've been doing it 20 years. If I'm not good already, I should find something else. Now, it's important to understand that these results are not typical. I'm going to walk you through the exact system and the mindset and the principles that have helped me grow a profitable, peaceful, purposeful business, also while staying aligned with God's plan. My results are not typical. These are a product of obedience. Number 1, discipline and unbelievable grace. There has not been any shortcuts to my success. I am a 16-year overnight micro celebrity. You got that? 16-year overnight success. The average person takes trainings and never implements. By the way, they'll never see results. So what I'm going to share tonight is not for those people that want to get rich quick. This is not for those that are chasing a hack or you're looking for like a viral protocol. It's not about going viral. This is about faith-driven builders who want to do work with God, not just for him, and definitely not apart from him. Now, what's changed for me? A lot of things. I've had several different pruning seasons, but one of the scriptures I've been meditating on recently, why I burned my business to the ground and now I'm launching something new, is I heard John 15:2 echo, that every branch that does not bear fruit, he takes away, and every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes. God prunes every branch that bears fruit. Why? That it may bear more fruit. Guys, your pruning is not punishment. It's for production. If you've gone through a season where you have felt very, very pruned, or that you need to prune, or you need to cut, or you need to shift, or you need to pivot, that is okay. God is calling you to a new harvest. He's calling you to new wine. He can't put new wine into old wine skins. Amen, right? Let's get some market all up in there. When I felt what worked and used to work stopped working, I decided I was going to turn striving into total and complete surrender. The most divine revelation that's happened to me is to partner with God, partner with the Most High, because God, write this down, guys. God does not want to be your afterthought. He doesn't want to be your business buddy. He wants to be your CEO. And you can build a business that glorifies him and ching, grows profitably. Amen. God didn't call Christians to be broke. I'm not saying that you're called to be wealthy, but you're definitely not called to struggle. You're called to be in the black, all right, with your business. You can do a business that grows. I talk that I've heard from far too many people. Let me know, write it down, 2025 in the chat. Has it been the year of struggle? Yes or yes? It has been deemed by so many people. I mean, like, I'm like, what is in the water? What is in the water right now? It is like for so many people. I mean, like, what worked isn't working anymore. People feel like they're pushing a rope. People feel like the systems are broken. The posts that used to work, the marketing that used to work, the messaging that used to work, the conversations, the Zooms, everything that used to work doesn't work anymore. How many of you guys feel this? The year of struggle. And then I was praying and I was in this amazing communion and God gave me a powerful word through a friend. And he said to me, like, this is not audibly, but this is what I heard, that I'm here to turn your struggle into shalom. I'm here to turn your struggle into shalom. I'm actually, by the way, I'm actually wearing I'm in my shalom era t-shirt that I had made because I am in my shalom era. If you don't know the meaning of shalom, it means completeness. It is so much deeper than peace. It's so much deeper than the absence of conflict. It's so much deeper than a simple greeting. As a greeting, for shalom, it means completeness, wholeness, well-being, flourishing, encompassing physical, mental, spiritual health, and harmony. Total physical abundance, prosperity, all of it. This is a season for you to usher in your shalom era. It's a season about building in perfect peace. How many guys just like, you get goosebumps just thinking about that? Like, I want to build my business in perfect peace. I want to build it in purposefulness. I want to build it in presence with him. I want to build it in prosperity. This is your shalom. And there is a higher place and a higher room. And I'm going to show you guys how to enter it. Okay. I'm going to share, I promised you guys in the emails that I would share with you 3 powerful shifts that I believe every Christian entrepreneur needs to make right now, today, in order to succeed in 2026 online. We have approximately 65 days or so left of the year. And you might be one that's like, hey, I was just going to coast. I was just going to wait. But I'm telling you guys, that would be the greatest mistake of your business right now in your career. Because if you wait till New Year's, if you wait till 2026 shows up to get your stuff in order to make these shifts, you are 2.5 months behind the 8 ball. The most important thing to do, these shifts are also going to help you keep God at the center. Many of you guys know the life verse for Soul CEO is Matthew 16:26. It basically says that there's nothing in this life, nothing in this world that is worth losing your soul. There's no amount of prosperity. There's no amount of virality. There's no amount of followers or teamies or customers or sales that is worth losing your soul. So these are the shifts that are going to help you move into shalom, move into prosperity, move into unity and harmony, but also keeping God at the forefront, which he rightfully deserves. So let's break it down. These are 3 secrets. These are the shifts that a true soul CEO needs to make. Number 1, you don't need a bigger audience. This is a shift you need to make in your mindset. This is a lobotomy. We're going to talk about lobotomies here today. You don't need a bigger audience, but you do need a called one. Shift number 2 is that God does not bless chaos, confusion, or copying. So if you have disorder in your business, if you have confusion about your messaging, or if you are just copy, paste, plagiarizing, rip off and repeat, trying to look and sound like everybody else in your company, that is a shift you absolutely need to make. And shift number 3 is I want to realign you to what I call a holy homeostasis. Oh, I love that. that was downloaded to me like 2 weeks ago on a coaching call. And I was like, when I was hearing from God saying, I'm going to move this remnant of entrepreneurs from struggle to shalom. And I was like, we're going to get them to holy homeostasis. What is homeostasis? It's when your body is aligned, right? If you're too acidic, it'll make you a little bit more alkaline. If you're too alkaline, your body will move to a little bit more acidic so that you're neutral. You guys stated that, like that pH. If your blood pressure is too high, it'll calm you down. If your blood pressure is too low, it'll amp you up. If your temperature is too high, you've been outside in the heat too much, you get back inside, boom, all the systems go down to cool you off so that your organs don't shut down. You guys know what homeostasis, right? What about a holy homeostasis when it comes to your spirit and working in business? Let's dive into each shift. This is the teaching portion here. You don't need a bigger audience, but you do need a called one. This is important, guys. Instead of chasing followers, you need to start attracting fruit. There's a big misnomer within my space and within the people that I teach that they assume that because somebody's viral or because they have visibility, that means that they're victorious. That's not the case. I have viral posts after viral posts after viral posts. You guys see them. I have 1 to 2 million reels all the time. You know how many of them make me sales? None of them. None of them. In the grand scheme of things, that's not the largest portion of my profitability. That's not part of the calling. I want you to know right now that God has called you to already serve a specific group of people. It's going to be, that's where like your discipleship is. And I'll tell you guys that holy focus will beat fame every single time. A holy focus will beat fame every single time. Everybody's praying for a bigger audience when God is saying, can I trust you to serve the one I've already sent before you? One of my favorite verses in the Bible in Luke says, those that can be faithful with little will be made faithful over much. Those that will be made faithful with little will be made ruler over much. You're so inconsistent with the 300 friends that you have or the 300 followers that you have. You're so out of alignment and incongruent and out of bounds with like what you should be doing. How is God actually going to multiply that? One of the spiritual equipping audios that I talk about, it's one of my favorite ones. It's probably going to be the one that you hate the most, but you love it, but you hate it, but you love it, but you hate it. But it's like, oh, it hits you, but you're like, ah. It's about holy habits. And I talk about discipline. And I say the fact that so many people want multiplication numbers. They want multiplied X. They want the 10X results. They want to 10X their followers, 10X their income. And they don't even have simple addition habits. They don't have maintenance habits, 1 + 1, and they want 1 × 10. I'm like, wait a second. You don't have multiplication discipline and you want to, you don't even have addition discipline and you want multiplication results? That is not congruent, sir, ma'am. The real reason that SoulCEO has grown isn't because I went viral. One of my girlfriends, Chris, who's on the call, she's like, how do you keep growing? I'm like, well, funny, I'm not, but that doesn't matter to me because I'm not worried about the numbers, the outside numbers. I care about who I'm called to serve, who I'm anointed to help. And I know that I care more about ultimately the results shows me how well I'm doing. When you become laser focused of who you're anointed to help, all of a sudden you have conviction. You're not compromised. You're not comparing. You're not looking at everybody else. You're not kind of whining and wondering like, oh, when am I ever going to be successful? When is it going to work for me? Because you know, like I'm in my lane. Once I knew exactly who I was called to serve, everything just clicked. And here's the blessing. I don't have to give a second thought to building my business. This is what I call, write this down, flow. Put flow in the chat. Because I know who I'm called to serve, because I know the message that he has given me, because I know the calling in my life, I don't think about content. I mean, sure, like my brain is there, but it's autopilot. It is flow. It is literally Holy Spirit working through me. I don't think about my messaging. I don't think about my caption. I don't think about growth or offers. I have clarity in my calling. You don't need a bigger audience. You just need a called one. Now let's talk about shift number 2. God doesn't, listen, bless chaos, confusion, or copying. Our God is not the author of confusion. How many of you guys have been saying this? I don't know where to start. Drop an 8 in the chat. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to put it together. I don't know what to post. I don't know where to grow this. I don't know what platform to be on. I don't know what to sell. I don't know what to offer. I don't know what to focus on. Entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs everywhere just spinning their freaking wheels. God is not going to bless that confusion. The more you say like, I don't know, it's like one of the biggest lies. One of the biggest lies that I hear entrepreneurs say, I don't know. When we have so much at our fingertips, including the word of God, including communion with the Most High, we've been given the Holy Spirit so we can have absolute discernment. That is our gift that Jesus left for. He said, listen, I'm going to send you the helper. You have the helper that created the universe and you say, I don't know? What do you mean? Confusion is what destroys your calling. Complexity will destroy your consistency. The more you constantly create chaos, well, maybe I should be doing TikTok. Well, maybe I should be doing this app or LinkedIn, or maybe I should be doing this even. Maybe I should do an AI thing. Maybe I should do a new challenge. Maybe I should listen to this trainer or this mentor or this guru or this guru. And you get on a million mailing lists, you get into a million things, and all of a sudden it's all super complex. This person says run ads, this person doesn't, this person says write long form, this says colored backgrounds. You're like, oh my gosh. How many of you guys have feel this? Drop a 9 in the chat. Sandra's like, oh my God, you're in my brain. You're in my brain. You're listening to too many voices. Stop it. Cut it all. And copying destroys your character. God has ordained you with a specific calling that is your personality, your passions, your experience, your background, your values, your character. And the moment that you guys continue copying other people, well, her page looks good. Her posts seem to get hits. She gets all the comments. He gets all the likes. He has an offer. He has a course. But that's not what God has called you to do. And it's certainly not what he's called you to say. And so you're inauthentic and you're wondering, why can't I make sales? Guys, drop a 10. You're like, okay, mind blown. Okay, I'm getting this. Like, I'm confused. I'm paralyzed with the complexity. I'm copying and ripping off other people. My upline's telling me to do this. My mentor's telling me to do this guru, this guy, this person, this competitor. I'm just like, instead of actually just doing what it is that he's giving you a clear instruction and conviction to do. God blesses clarity. He blesses conviction. He will not bless your chaos. You do not need 24 products or businesses to sell. You need one offer. You do not need 17 funnels. You need one offer. You do not need to use the same bland, blanketed copy and paste scripts from your mentors to succeed. Stop it. Stop it. And if you see somebody in your company post something and you copy and paste that, stop it. Our company is the worst, by the way. And we're renowned that we're the worst. If you're in my company, you know, it is the worst. So they see somebody like Erica Dale post something and 72 other people now post it. Stop it. Your assignment is your assignment. You need one offer, one assignment done consistently with excellence and blinders on. You wonder why your stuff isn't hitting because it doesn't sound like you. And God's like, that's not her. I'm not blessing this. Favor off. Are you getting this at all? Tens in the chat. Let me make this perfectly clear. I want you to know there's one thing you get from tonight's masterclass. You have got to go all in on building your personal brand. I'm not saying building a personal brand because that could be copying. I'm saying you. And on top of that, you have to go all in 2026 to building something you own, something that is 100% yours, your list, your influence, your calling. How many of you guys already know this to be true? Drop an 11 in the chat. Now we're in like double digits, so it's going to be really hard for me to keep track. You already knew this. Like, you see the industry. You see how unstable the economy is. You realize, you know how many top earners, listen to me, are in my inbox because I coach them and I coach and I consult for companies too. You know how many top earners are in my inbox scared poopless that they're going to lose their check? God has called you to create something of your own. He's a God of ownership and he's built you for that as well. You have such a divine ownership already instilled in you because we are Christ, his calling, his elect. That's ownership. Now I'll tell you guys, there are no guarantees in business, but the more you own, the better. I mean, if you build in this industry, if you're a network marketer and that's kind of for you, I'm in this industry too. If your company goes down, but you own your personal brand and you own a list and you own your platforms and you have authority, how much easier is it for you to pivot and you are not sweating buckets or on your knees or crying? Oh, by the way, when I teach you in SoulCEO, I'll teach you how to prosper and to steward your money well so that if something ever happens, if you were to hit like with a tsunami, that you're not going to be in a worser place, even though you're making 10 grand a month. I've had people get to 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 a month, be in a worser place financially because they had horrible mentors speaking into their life. You got to stay nimble. You got to steward well, okay? I want you to imagine a personal brand that looks like this. This is just a couple of days of screenshots. What if your email looked like this? New leads coming in every single day for your offers, every single day into your funnels, every single day into your community, every single day hearing about your product or information or whatever it is that you sell, what would this mean for you? Drop it in the chat. What would this mean for you? What would the hope you would feel? What would be the excitement you would feel? What would be the just passion that you would come forth in a business? Now let's go into shift number 3, because we're really flowing in time here. We talked about realigning to holy homeostasis. Realign to holy homeostasis. I find that most people are out on the spectrum, not the spectrum like autism, but well, some of us are a little neurodivergent. But what I'm saying is most of you guys are in the extremes. Either you're an entrepreneur that is striving in their own strength, striving and pushing and grinding and trying to figure it out. I'm like, why isn't it working? And I want it done. I want to figure it out. It's just not happening for me. Or you're completely stalled out in fear. You're either burning out from doing too much and having zero systems in place, zero faith in place. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. How about if it's meant to be, it's up to he? I'm just going to do my best and let God do the rest. Or they're just doing nothing because they're completely stalled out by doubt and sabotage and the enemy's ploys and tactics. But here's the sacred middle. The holy homeostasis is the sacred middle. It is surrendered diligence. Comment that in the chat. It is surrendered diligence. The people who are grinding, they know diligence. They're working harder than anybody in their business and their brand. But the people who are stalled out in fear, they may have surrendered, but they've also surrendered any sort of activity or movement or forward motion. It's the holy homeostasis in the sacred middle. It's the idea that you surrender it to him, but you're going to be diligent with what you've been given. Some of you guys are so exhausted because you are still forcing a business, a product, a partnership that God asked you to lay down months ago. I had a call with one of my closest friends, and it started with several calls. We had to have kind of more of a come to Jesus call. And she just it took me months to come to this point, but I know I need to put down this business. God told me to, and I was dragging my feet. I didn't want to displease anybody. I didn't want to upset anybody, but I know he's calling me to something else, a great pivot, a great shift. I said, you're one of many. You're not alone. Proud of you for being faithful. You're also probably tired because you've rented out your influence. Guys, think about this right now. How many guys, if you're in direct sales, you understand that you are renting out your influence, your network, and your time to build somebody else's company or dream that you don't own? Now, I'm not saying that that can be wildly profitable. I have made wild profits. It can be extremely profitable to rent it out. But guys, you also know that Rachel Picard did it while building something she owns on the side. Hello? So I'm practicing what I preach. I love network marketing for so many reasons. I think it's the greatest introduction to entrepreneurship. I love my company. I am very fun. I'm very particular about the company I'm in. I think we're the best. And no, I won't tell you which one it is because that's not my interest of you to know. I love that it's a personal development incubator. That there's nothing like network marketing that makes you grow faster because it puts you outside of your comfort zone. It's so great. I love the community. I love when it's done well. But your upline won't tell you this. I will. Your upline won't tell you this. You don't own jack. And the company could change or pivot and it's gone. Or the company could shift to a different comp plan and half of your check's gone. Or they could switch their product thing. You know, I've seen this a ton. Product shifts. And all of a sudden they're moving down to this product. And you're like, wait a second, I'm focusing on this product. And that can shift your entire business. Zach and Brooke says, yes, they can and they will. They will pivot. Your company will continue to pivot and you have no control, no ownership. And some of you guys are just tired because you have no fruit. Because God said, put it down a long time ago. But you're stubborn. That's all I had. I get it. I've been there. Okay. You know it's time to shift. You know it. Stop pushing what God has already asked you to pause. And here with holy homeostasis, I want to talk to my strivers, my hustlers, my grinders. You need to work from rest, not for rest. Some of you guys only work so that you can rest. It gives you the, like, well, I worked hard enough. Now I can take a day off. I worked hard enough. Now I can relax. I grind. Instead of actually putting holy rhythms inside of your schedule so that you can come back to your business and brand refreshed. I know some of my teamies are on the line. Nikki is here. I'm sure there's others, and my mom's here as well. I just need a personal testimony for those who have worked with me. How many guys have never seen me burn out in 10 years? Be honest, never. You've never seen it. It never happened. Not in 10 years. Never. Nick, never burned out. Kelly, I've never just like pieced out in a sabbatical. Like there's never been a time where Rachel Picard wasn't there. Why? Because I have holy rhythms. Because I know how to rest. Because I know the value of putting him first, putting my family first. I know God, family, business in that order. I rise and I work for the vision. This is holy homeostasis. Okay, I know. You're like, but Rachel, okay, I get all this. This is really good. My spirit feels filled. But how did you actually go from striving to stewardship? I went from 80 hours to 20 hours. 10 years ago, I went from 80 hours a week to 20 hours a week. Okay, so I cut my business hours by 75% and I quadrupled my income and made thousands of sales online. How many guys want to know this? Say, I do. You're like, okay, let's actually like show me. I want to know. Here was a shift. I stopped renting out my influence. I stopped renting out my network. I went all in on building a personal brand and profiting off of what I call the knowledge economy. Some of you guys are going to get some good nuggets here, okay? We're going to talk about the knowledge economy. This is something that you guys all, every single one of you, all 100 plus of you guys on the line and watching the replay can profit off the knowledge economy. Do you guys want to see my exact formula? This is how I've made millions online. You guys want to see this is how I've done it? It's super simple, but it's a look under the hood. Okay, I'm going to break it down. This is my exact formula. The number one thing that I focus on, you can build your business online or offline. I choose to build my business 99% online, 99.99%. So the number one thing that I focus on is driving traffic. Now there's a couple ways to do this. You can do this through paid ads or organic content creation. I choose organic content creation for the most part. I have ran ads before. It is extremely difficult nowadays because Meta, Facebook and Instagram, charge so much money to run ads. It's hard to get a break even unless you're got a funnel that is completely epically, like massively dialed in with high ticket. It's just really hard to, not in the offers that I have, right? That are all sub $5,000. There's just no way. I focus on organic traffic every day. My focus, and I wouldn't say every day, sorry, scratch that, weekly, because I want you guys to know I'm in a rhythm. It's not every day. I don't work my business every day. Weekly, I create and curate very divinely appointed content that speaks to the people that God has called me to serve. And I speak to them in the way that gets them to stop the scroll. And because of that, I'll get thousands of views to millions of views per piece of content. Now, what I do is I use things like follow-up and automation to drive those people into a conversation. So you've all heard of a CTA, right? Call to action. Drop that in the chat. CTA. So I'll use things like call to actions in my stories, in my posts, even in my podcasts, because I have a best performing viral podcast, SoulCEO. If you're not subscribed, please go to your Spotify or Apple immediately and you'll love it. And I have call to actions that drive people into this formula. From there, my number one goal is to build my list. Now, notice I didn't say Nikki or Tammy or Carol or Norma, that my number one goal is to build my following. My number one goal is to build my list. It is the thing I own. My girlfriend about a year ago lost her Facebook. Maybe Angie, it's been like 2 years. Lost her Facebook. It was hacked. And she has not been able to replace and rebuild a new Facebook. She's tried a million times. Meta just shuts her down. It has been devastating for her life, her social life, and her business. You do not own your platforms. You own your list. This is one of the most important things. Your list is something that you can nurture. The list is something you can relaunch with. Guys, what happens if something does happen with your company, but you have 9,000 people on your list and you need to pivot and launch something new? Or what happens? How about this? Let's have funsies. How many guys want funsies? Say fun in the chat. It's just for funsies. What's a fun goal that you have? Not paying off debt, boo, boring. What's a fun thing you want? Give me a project. Give me a trip. Give me an idea, a bathroom model, a boat, a horse. Where do you want to go? Somebody said travel. Give me anything. Some of you guys want a Louis Vuitton. I don't judge. I have one right there. I have 4 of them. They were all gifts. Travel in an RV, a trip. Where? Alaska, Europe. Get specific. Italy, Ireland, beaches. Iceland. Ooh, Iceland, highly recommended. How many of you guys want a thing to your house? What would you remodel in your house? Add on, remodel, change, kitchen, bathroom, master, closet. Ooh. New finished basement, a new deck. Ooh, a whole new house, new zip code, new car. Okay, I got it. I got yours. Now, just in the chat, throw a number of what it would cost for that trip, or that bathroom, or that new bathtub. 20 grand, 10 grand, 8 grand. So some of you guys put 700,000 because you said the new house. You don't need 700,000 to buy a house. You need to have 5 to 10% down. Shut up. But like the little project, give me a little project. Somebody says 15,000, 8,000, 40,000. A little project, right? A little something. A dream trip, 20,000. Somebody said pay off all my bills. That's not funsies. It's worth it, but not funsies. 4,000 for a trip, Kelly said. 20,000, Athena said. I want you to write this in the chat and in your notes. It's not on the slide. Cash infusion. When you have a list, you can give yourself a cash infusion. Doesn't that just feel good just the moment you typed it? You're like, that sounds, I could really use cash infusions. That sounds really fun. I'll give you an example. A few years ago, I launched a breakthrough course. Some of you guys took it, called Instagram Academy. Are any of my Instagram Academy members here? My Instagram Academy? So it took me, guys, it took me 2 weeks to make the course. 2 weeks to make it and about 8 weeks to facilitate it. Aaron loved it. He grew. Aaron, how much did your Facebook or your Instagram grow? Aaron, you did a lot with Instagram Academy. You gotta tell me like how many followers you got from those tactics. Added like 500. That's awesome. And it was fun. It was because like we were watching Aaron's reels just go like pop off. He was getting like 200 views and then he was at like 16,000 views. I was like, that's freaking awesome. It was really fun to watch. So that course, when I launched that to my list, was a cash infusion of $100,000. And can you just say whoa in the chat? Can you just imagine adding 4K, 5K, 10K, 20K, 100 grand on top of your other income streams because you decided I want a cash infusion that month? I'd taken something that I already knew, packaged it in an offer, sold it on a webinar, and blessed a ton of people, which numerous people, by the way, are at tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers now, or at 6 figures. Now, this is not the last step of it. The list building is the core. That's the key. But the next part that I do is I focus on connection and conversions. So it's not just about getting them on your list, but how do you sell them stuff in a sacred way? How do you connect with them in a way that builds community? Soul CEO is a movement. People don't just get on my list and they're like, oh, what is it? They're like, they feel part of this. You guys have been on my masterclasses monthly. You've been into my podcast. You've been into my groups. And that's how I do it. Because there are a million lists out there and marketers. It's what you do to connect with people and to convert them, to take them from a looky-loo to a sale. That's the micro celebrity branding formula. All you need is a simple and complete marketing plan, one that will last long after your friends and family, your warm market is bone dry. When you create a micro celebrity brand that is rooted in your divine calling, it will position you as a thought leader and authority. I've been so blessed and humbled to speak on the largest stages in my industry and outside. I've spoken for multi 9-figure companies like Lady Boss. I was one of their keynote speakers in 2019. I've written some of the written with some of the best-selling authors. I've co-created a leadership development course with John C. Maxwell. Hello? Hello? Glory be to God. And by the way, I've done all this, guys, in building my brand, and what you just see, it's cost me less than about a Starbucks a day to run it all. About a latte a day. Actually, I'm a cappuccino girl. It's about a cappuccino a day to run all of it, because I don't run paid ads. I had a massive revelation. This is where those cash infusions came in, and where my multiple 6-figure income on top of my network marketing company came in, is that in 2017, it spurred the birth of SoulCEO. I already had passion and experience in direct sales, but my whole brand was only focused on one thing. I was capturing leads for one offer. It was to sign people up in my downline. I need you guys to write this down. 99% of the people that you come across online or that come across you will never join your company. They're happy in their company. They don't want to do network marketing. They don't have a weight loss or a gut health goal. They're happy with their current products. They don't like the industry, whatever it is. They're maybe already in your company. They're not going to ever join you. You're not going to make the sale. And if that's your one offer, if that's the one thing in your toolbox, isn't that quite limiting to building a hedge of protection around your family? Isn't that quite limiting to diversifying your income? When you already have a passion experience in something, you have knowledge in something. We are in the knowledge economy. People will pay for what you know. Jean, Barbara, Abby, Sherry, this is important to know. People will pay for what you know. Rachel, I don't know that much. I'm telling you guys, people will pay for what you know. People pay. There's millions upon millions of dollars transacted every hour online for knowledge. So what I did is I packed what I knew and what I was teaching my team into simple offers for anybody in the profession, and thousands of people flocked. And my micro celebrity brand exploded. I need you guys to stop thinking so myopic of your product that you're selling right now or your opportunity that you're selling right now. God has called you to something so much bigger. Yes, that can be something that you have in your toolbox. But what about the 99% of people that you're coming across? Are you really not going to take the sale? Are you really not going to serve them? Are you really not going to give them something that they need for a transformation? Well, that's just silly. Now imagine if you could create one simple funnel, like I've done, that feels aligned and also feels authentic, that allows you to start generating at first a couple leads, then dozens, and then hundreds of leads per month, so that you can start making sales online. Daily sales, remember? Daily sales. What if you guys had a very simple plug and play system? I mean, even with like holy prompting, so that you could relaunch or launch a business, so that you can start to multiply your income passively without babysitting team members, without handholding customers. How many of you guys are like, yes, 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 this sounds great. But this is the best part. What if I could help you implement these tactics? What if I could hold your hand and help you implement them to build your micro celebrity brand and then some? Now, my friends, we've been here for an hour and 3 minutes. Would you guys agree that the time has been well spent so far? Would you guys agree that you've learned a few things, you got a few convictions, you got like a holy stirring going in, you might not go to bed really well tonight. You got ideas flowing, you're like, what am I doing here? I cannot cover everything you need in one webinar. Even if we had a full day together, there's no way. But I do have something I'm revealing, and it is a special offer so that you can get everything. I want you guys to have everything that you need to know. And if you're fast, I'm going to give you guys a very, very, very special deal. Now, I'll tell you that old habits do die hard. If you've been procrastinating, you might procrastinate on this. If you've been doubting, you'll doubt that you can do this. Old habits are going to die hard. I need you to come open-handed. Remember I said at the beginning, open-handed, open-hearted for what God has for you to receive. You've seen in what I just shared with you briefly in my business and heard the stories and the screenshots of what's possible when faith and focus and funnels and following through with it collide. Living proof. So why did I burn my business to the ground a few weeks ago? How many guys saw this? Drop a one in the chat. We'll go back to one. How many guys saw that I totally burned it to the ground? Am I closing it out? The vault, gone. Buy it now. Sayonara, never to be sold again. It's because God was calling me to something higher. It's not on your screen, but you can write it down. Although I'm in the knowledge economy, God was pushing my spirit to say, your women, and Nick is on the call too, so Nick, your soul CEOs need not just information, but transformation. And the most transformative thing that I had has been, well, the 6 inches between my ears, the organ in my chest, and this loud grill, my mouth. It's coaching. It's being one with my students and working with them hand by hand. So I have something I'm really excited to announce. And like, I get goosebumps at the name because I'm launching something that I've been sitting on for a year, and you're the first to see it. And it's called Upper Room. This is something that God has been downloading to me of what I wanted to create and what I was praying for to work with Christian entrepreneurs. It is going to be a 6-week business ascension going up to the upper room that those are called to scale their influence, impact, and income, but without sacrificing your soul. This is going to be a faith and business immersion like you've absolutely never seen. I don't even know if it exists. Now, in scripture, we know Jesus in the upper room with the disciples, right? We know that with the final, the Last Supper, all of that. The upper room in Jerusalem, in this culture back in the day, 2,000 years ago, it was not just a location, it was a sacred place. It is where Jesus broke bread with his disciples. He reminded them of their covenant, their community, and their calling. It's where they waited on the Holy Spirit. It's where ordinary people went to get anointed, to carry the gospel to the ends of the earth, walking in power and assignment. The upper room was small. It was intimate, and it wasn't for the crowds. It was for the called. This is the same spirit here. I got goosebumps. I'm telling you, this is a faith-based group coaching and mentorship for entrepreneurs that want business growth, but they want revival. Do you see what I'm saying? They're like, I want to grow my business, but I also want my faith to be fed. I want to be used as a vessel in the marketplace. I want to build a brand. I want to build an altar that people come to know Christ in. They were going to teach branding rooted at divine calling, funnels, systems, where marketing becomes ministry, how obedience can replace overwork and struggle, and obviously replacing struggle with shalom. This is not hustle culture. Upper room is a Holy Spirit culture. It's not about striving for success. It's about stewarding a significant calling, and it's about being equally yoked with your coach. I have so many beautiful people that pour into me, like Rob Speary and Coach Fryer, these humans that I love more than anything and I trust with my team. And they're like, Rachel, there's nobody like you in the space. And for years, guys, I really pushed back at that because I'm like, why me? Not me. I got other things going on. I got a whole multi-8-figure business I'm running here. I'm going to put it on autopilot. And I did. And it worked, guys. You saw the sales. My digital product business was massively successful. But I know God is calling me something higher. So the upper room is being birthed today. It's going to be a place for a remnant of entrepreneurs who are ready to do business differently, to call in heaven's strategy, to have micro celebrity principles, but also to do it with a peace that multiplies. Bottom line, it's going to be it's where you're going to learn everything you need to build a six-figure micro celebrity digital empire, but keeping God at the center of it all. Because there's nothing on this planet worth having without losing your soul. Now, I want to share with you guys some of my students that have already seen insane results. I want to share with you guys some success stories. I want to share Tehani Deneve, who's a former network marketer, now postpartum fitness coach and affiliate marketer. She said that prior to working with Rachel, she was enrolling maybe one customer a month. And in 90 days of using my strategies, she became the top 3 recruiters inside of the entire country and top 1% in her company. She said, Rachel taught me exactly how to build my personal brand and gain thousands of followers. I've used those skills, although I've moved on from network marketing. I'm following the calling of my life to do personal coaching. And the system is helping me accomplish my dreams and my first postpartum clients and sell my first course. Beyond business, Rachel has coached and mentored me through life's greatest peaks and valleys. She also always points me back to scripture. It's impossible to find a business coach who's truly rooted in biblical truth. I'm so grateful that I found her. Or Dr. Sean McKee. Micro celebrity in the wellness space. She's a doctor, network marketing leader. Rachel's SoulCEO trainings rescued me from what I call banging my head against the wall. Because if you've ever felt that, drop a 2 in the chat. Banging my head against the wall. I was overcomplicating everything and I lacked the right skills and my message wasn't hitting. It wasn't connecting. Sean says her coaching changed everything for my business. She helped me find my voice, feel confident to show up on social media, not forced or fake, and made the whole process simple, genuine, and fun. The results, I went from being stuck at $2,000 to $3,000 a month to earning over $200,000 the next 12 months once I implemented her training. Rachel is a game changer for anyone who wants to build a personal brand and confidence with authenticity. Now, what are you going to get inside of the upper room? It's going to be a 6-week business ascension. This immersion, we're going to have several different things we're going to go through systematically to build your brand. Number 1 is the micro celebrity method. We're going to go through all of the faith-based visibility formula of how to really fine-tune that message, not chasing trends, not chasing what other people are doing or burning out. We're going to learn how to multiply your income without having to have new skills. I'll teach you guys the 3 ingredients of a micro celebrity brand that creates instant trust with people when they find you. Instant trust on autopilot. And a workbook to clearly help you define your messaging to give you confidence to immediately start sharing your voice. This module alone this week will be at $997 value. Week number 2, we're going to get into a 2-part series of the Faithful Funnel Framework. This is how I'm going to teach you how to learn how to position an offer that solves real problems, but it feels holy to sell. It feels sacred to sell. So you don't feel like, ugh, or like, I feel like I'm pushy, or I feel like I don't want to do this. It's like, this is actually something you're going to feel joyful to bring to the marketplace. I'm going to teach you how to design a physical or a digital product or course with ease, creating something like a freebie or lead magnet to start attracting the dream clients immediately. Guys, by the way, all those screenshots of my leads, because I have a lead magnet, because I have a freebie, I'm going to teach you how to craft that and build that. I'm also going to give you offer naming and messaging tips that increase the perceived value overnight. A lot of people, they'll come up with part of this, and because they don't know how to name it, they don't know how to brand it well or message it, it flops. People never opt in. They never want to buy. They never want to actually get into the funnel. Week 3 is part 2 of the Faithful Funnel Framework. I'll teach you exactly how to build your funnel from scratch, start to finish, in about 7 days. If you take from week 2 to 3, about 14 days total, so that in 14 days, you can literally start generating leads. I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step technical setup, copy all my templates. I'm going to give you all my templates, all my prompts that have proven to work, from taking people from looky-loose to ready to buy. And then also, I'm going to do some live coaching of your offers, your messaging, and your funnel feedback so that you can learn and get immediate tweaks. Like, no, I wouldn't say it like that. We need to adjust this. Let's pivot this. Let's narrow it down a little bit more. Let's actually build it up a little bit more and refine it from there. Total value of this week is $1297. Week 4, we're going to dive into content creation. Content creation. This is you're going to learn how to create scroll stopping, soul aligned content that magnetizes and attracts to your dream market. I'm going to help you unlock your core 4 content pillars so you never run out of ideas again. And I'll give you guys my simple content planning system for Instagram, Facebook, email, podcasts, and beyond, like how I actually replicate content so it looks like I'm everywhere when I'm not. And how I literally replicate content over multiple different platforms, and I reuse it over and over and over, and I just make little tweaks, and you'll see how I do this in such a fabulous way, because it saves me so much time, but it makes me, like, I can take one piece of content, turn it into 5. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'll also give you a content calendar and some viral hooks and caption frameworks that have helped me get over 2 million views on different reels, just to get more audience. Total value of content creation that week will be $987. Then week 5, we have community conversions. This is going to be huge. I told you guys this is the last part of my micro celebrity formula, is that connection, those conversions. I'm going to teach you how to discover email newsletter rhythms that multiplies engagement and sales. Email marketing has been so massive as a part of my revenue. I'm going to teach you guys exactly how I do it in a very faithful way. Building your community strategy that helps turn your strangers into followers and followers into family, how to build and nurture a community. And the one method that I use that has brought me hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it literally takes 4 to 5 hours a month. So I'm going to give you guys one strategy in this community course. And it's like, you do this once a month, takes you about 4 to 5 hours, and it will add so much bank to your bottom line. I'll also give you guys some calendar templates and prompts to help you in creating some more conversions here. And then week number 6 is all about scaling your business with Shalom. We'll create a sacred strategy game plan, which is going to be your, I'm sorry, that should say 6 month. A 6 month sacred strategy. We're going to give you one funnel, one mission, one focus, like one offer that we're going to focus on for 6 months together. And I'm going to teach you guys how to use some of my favorite scaling things like AI tools that help me promote, follow up, and sell even when I'm resting, when I'm on Sabbath. I make sales, daily sales, right? Daily sales, daily sales. I'm helping you guys identify and eliminate distractions that steal your peace. And we'll have a scaling with Shalom workbook that'll help you sustainably build your brand. This is a total value of $14.97. Plus, on top of that, we're going to be doing this inside of a private mentorship community with lifetime access to all of the modules. So although we're going to be live coaching this for 1 to 2 hours every single week for 6 weeks, you're going to get lifetime access to the modules and a private Facebook community where you have access to me and other faith-fueled entrepreneurs. The total value of the community is $19.97. So here's what you're going to get. Week 1, the micro celebrity method. That's a $9.97 value. Week 2 and 3 is the faith and funnel framework. We're going to create your offers and build your funnel start to finish in 2 weeks time. That is a $9.97 and $12.97 value. The magnetic content creation. This is going to give you a marketing lobotomy. I'm going to teach you guys everything you know about content is wrong because it's not working for you. Let me tell you what actually hits. $9.97 value. Community conversions is how to turn followers into family. That's a $12.97 value. And then week 6 is our scaling with Shalom. That's going to be your focus, your flows, your freedom. That's a $14.97 value. And the Upper Room community, that is a $19.97 value. The total value of Upper Room is $9,079. Okay. Now, there are so many people that I could highlight. These are a few more people that this has worked for. Let's look at Kristen Richards. She's a lipedema expert and a certified menopause coach and a top social seller in her company. She says, I have been blessed to be mentored by Rachel for the past several years. With Rachel's systems and the belief she instilled with me, I was able to take my dead Instagram account from 2,500 to just over 150,000 followers in 1 year's time. She stretches me, refines me, inspires me to be bolder. I simply cannot express enough gratitude. Rachel's deep connection to Christ radiates from her and flowing into everyone she meets. Or look at Kelly McCoy. She's a network marketer and she's a top fashion and beauty influencer in the midlife space. The skills Rachel's taught me to this day, put into practice, resulted in a solid 6-figure income. She inspired me to follow my dreams and launch my personal brand to help women in their midlife recapture their style and confidence. Since then, I've landed top tier brand deals and paid collabs with names like Target, Spanx, Evereve, and more. We're going to Rachel's a joy. She leads with heart, faith, humility, and most importantly, integrity. Or Megan McNally. She's a traditional naturopath, wellness influencer, social seller. Before plugging into Rachel's trainings, I was severely stuck. I was confused about my calling, even after following countless Instagram trainings. Her mentorships taught me everything I was looking for. I was able to build a beautiful account, trust, and connection, and I learned multiple ways to generate income using social media. After 6 weeks of her coaching and following it to a T, I grew from 850 followers to 19,000 in the next month. She's now at almost 60,000 followers. I'm so thankful I made the decision to invest in me. So this is what you're going to get inside of Upper Room. You're going to get the micro celebrity method, how to build a legacy personal brand. That's a $9.97 value. The faithful funnel framework, part 1 and 2, creating your offer and your funnels. The magnetic content creation, that's going to give you a total trip of how to stop the scroll and create content that actually converts and gets people following you and loving you and buying from you. Community and conversions, how to turn those followers into family and build culture. Scaling with Shalom, focus, flow, and freedom, and our private Upper Room community and lifetime access to the modules. The total value of this is over $9,000. I hope you guys can go in the chat and see like why this is a good value at $9,000. When I told you that if you made a $27 daily sale, you'd be at $10,000 a year in income. And that could be perpetual. And if you make $27 a day, you could make $270. If you make $270, you make $2,700. See, you could get your ROI back at $9,000. If you made a $27 sale every day, you could get your ROI back in just 12 months. This would also be a good value if it was only $49.97. Would you guys agree with that? Like if you knew exactly how to build a 6-figure brand online and attract leads 550 a day, that a $5,000 Holy Spirit anointed course with your favorite coach, me, right? Okay, would be worth $5,000. Or even if it was $29.97, it would be worth it, right? To have 6 weeks to have somebody pour into you, pray for you, prophetically work with you to create something that is anointed with the Holy Spirit. But you can get all of this today for $777. I picked the number because I like it sounded better. It sounded better than 1,000. And I was like, I like sevens. It's the number of completion in the Bible. The best part is we have a 6-week pay. So like, hey, I want to pay weekly. You can pay every single week, $129 a month. One meal out, right? Tony and I went to this like, it's kind of like a not a grab and go, kind of like Chipotle-esque kind of place. It's like just above a Chipotle. We had dinner the other night with Kashi and our meal was $75 with our tip. And I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, that was, I had a sandwich. Tony had tacos and my son had a kid's meal. What just happened here? You're not drinking. $75? Guys, this is $777 to get all of this. Now, if you want, you guys can immediately secure your spot. If you want to ascend up into the Upper Room, we begin here in November. You can go to stand.store/SoulCEO. Enrollment is open now. Enrollment is open right now. So you can get all of this today, all of my frameworks, all of my content, all of my strategies of exactly what I do, the look under the hood, and me personally coaching you for 6 weeks for $777. Now, I do have some bonuses for those that act fast and join this beta round first. The first bonuses will be the Kingdom Clarity and Conviction mini course. This is going to be what you're going to do before we get started in coaching. So this is a pre-course, pre-homework to walk you through and slow you down to seek God before you seek strategy. It's going to it's a designed help to get you ultra clear on your business, your brand, and your divine assignment. So if you're confused of what to do, who am I? Who do I serve? What am I going to sell? This course will actually drive you through it. There's Holy Spirit promptings, there's scripture in here, there's journaling prompts, and it will get you ultra clear on what God is saying. This is what you need to do, Norma. This is what you need to do, Kelly. This is it. The second bonus for those that act fast and join the Upper Room is going to be my 6-week devotional planner. Oh, I'm just so excited about this. It's almost done. It'll be done here in the next few days. You guys will have access to print it or to get it printed at like UPS. It is a 6-week of an intentional business and spiritual equipping. It's designed to give you a daily rhythm. So you use it in the morning and the night to help create some presence, peace, and purpose. I'm going to walking through business tactics and shifts in the Bible as well as some of the habits that I do every single day that you can track on a planner that help you become more orderly, more diligent, and more productive. So you get first access to this own upper room. Nobody else is going to have access to this planner, only those inside of the upper room. Now, for the first 20 people that join into the upper room, you will also get a bonus of a personalized brand and social media audit. This is for me spending time to do a deep, in-depth, deep dive assessment of your current feed, your bios, your content, your offers, with my advice on how to adjust and curate better results. Bruce is asking, can I do it with my wife? If you guys have one account, yes. If you have numerous accounts, we might need to talk just a little bit about that, but the answer is kind of, but we're only going to be focused on building really one brand and one offer, just because the time allows. We can't just have everyone willy-nilly. So this offer is for the first 20 people only. So if you want something like me to look outside of the calls and spend time looking at your feeds and looking what you're doing and giving you feedback, looking at your bio, looking at your offer, then this is for the first $27 or 20 people only. Okay. Okay. Awesome, Bruce. Sounds great. So all these bonuses, guys, remember, you're going to get everything I already said. So the micro celebrity method, the faithful funnel framework, part 1 and 2, crafting your offer and your freebie, building the funnel start to finish, the magnetic content creation. That's going to be teach you everything of what I do and how to create viral content, but also just content that just hits my market in the best way possible. And then community and conversions, how I turn those followers into family, scaling with Shalom, the private community with lifetime access, plus the bonus mini course of Kingdom Clarity and Conviction. This alone is a $497 value. Just going through that to have so much clarity and get ultra focus of what you are called to do. Plus the devotional planner to get you into a holy rhythm, into the word, thinking biblically about business. Everything is specific to your business, by the way. Like, it's going to be awesome. And then a personalized brand and social media audit for the first 20. It's a $997 value. I'll be going through everything, and you'll literally get a multi-page report of fixes, changes, all that sort of stuff. The total value of this is $11,000. Now, remember, guys, I told you I had a free gift for you. So even if you don't do the upper room, I still have a gift. So if you're not in the space right now, but you're just here and you just love this and you're just supporting, I love you so much. And I want to give you this gift. I have recorded a 12-part audio series called Spiritual Equipping. It's a library of audios. And the first audio is called Faith Over Fear of Man. And you guys can go right now to stan.store/SoulCEO. And it's the third one down, and you can immediately download it. You can immediately download it. It's so good. I can't wait to get you guys feedback. And then, of course, I know you're probably wondering, what about the other 11 audios? Well, that's going to be part of Upper Room. So for those that are joining the Upper Room, the first 20 as well, I'm going to give you guys the entire 12-part audio series. This is a collection of practical leadership lessons, business lessons, to really invite you daily to pause, reflect, and realign with business. It's a complete deep dive into scripture. Most of the audios, I'm diving through 5 or 6 different scriptures on that specific topic, whether it be confidence or distractions or fear of rejection or habits or leadership or finding your alignment. It's all there. Okay. So the gift, if you guys, I'll just go back really quick. It's a free download. So you get one of the audios for free. That was my gift for you just attending here tonight. You can go and literally go download it right now at stan.store/SoulCEO. But for those of you guys, the first 20 that join the Upper Room, you'll get the entire 12-part audio series called Spiritual Equipping. That would be downloaded into you guys this week. So we're just in the finished last few. Actually, I was working with my audio guy today. It's to music. Oh, it's like, it is goosebumpy when I listen to it, because I don't like my voice, but the way that he mixed with the audio and the music, I'm like, I sound like some sort of like meditation app. This is so great. All right. Now imagine if all Upper Room did was finally make a business building online profitable. If it made your business finally profitable, would it be worth it for $777? If it finally did, like you're finally making a profit, you're in the black, would it be worth it? If it finally made building a business online purposeful, he felt like, God, I'm doing something great. I'm doing something for you. I'm doing something with impact. I'm doing something for the kingdom. I'm doing something that's actually helping people. Would it be worth it? What if this finally gave you the holy kick in the spirit, the holy kick in the pants to start playing big with your God-given talent? Awesome. Kelly signed up. Sonia signed up. If you guys are signed up, drop it in the chat. I'd love to call you out and give you a little shout out. Nikki signed up. If you finally started playing big, Deb's in, Elaine's in, Nikki's in, great. You're with your talent, your personality, your passion. Wouldn't it be worth it? And guys, if it gave you an extra even 5 to 10 sales per month, just 5 or 10, 1 or 2 a week, that translated to an extra couple $100 to an extra couple $1,000s a month, would it be worth it? The answer is of course. What would happen if you were finally able to connect all the dots and you were able to scale your content to reach 100,000 people a month, or 500,000, or even 1 million people per month? And what if you finally learned how to make sales on autopilot each week from the content that you make instead of just posting and praying? Because that seems to be everybody's strategy nowadays. I hope somebody buys. I hope somebody comments. What if you actually learned to make a strategy? You guys can probably see why my personal coaching clients pay me $599 an hour. And they pay me upwards of $10,000 to do this for them. A 90-day done for you coaching platform where I literally set it all up for them. You guys can see that, right? Now, the first option, I had 2 choices in launching Upper Room, right? This is something that I dragged my feet on because I knew how much time would be involved. The first option is I could have put this information cheaper into a digital product, like a PDF, of course, and I could have offered it solely as DIY, do it yourself. But remember, God is saying to me, your soul CEOs need transformation as well as information. They need transformation more than information. So that was my first option, but it didn't feel aligned to where God was saying what I need to do right now. And number 2, the second option I had, or second choice I had, was I could up the price because it has a higher investment of my time and energy and my resources. 6 weeks of devoted to this community, 6 weeks praying for you every day, 6 weeks showing up and creating all the workbooks and doing the deep dives and doing the audits and giving you live coaching and question answer. But I knew that in exchange for a little higher number, I could devote even more resources and bonuses to guarantee your success. So you guys remember, you can join, I call it Ascend up to the Upper Room. You're invited. You can get all of this for $777 today, or 6 weekly payments of $129. Again, that's like a moderate meal out for a family of 4. 1 or 2 door dashes on a Saturday night. Here we go, on a weekend. And you guys can secure your spot. Stan.store/SoulCEO. It starts first week of November. Starts next week. So we're gonna go. I believe first one, I think, is like November 5th is class number 1. So Carmel's in, Kristen is in, that's awesome. Athena's in, Bruce is signed up, Amy's in, fantastic. I'm going to get to the VIP option because people are asking about that here in a second. Now, I also want to make sure that you know that this comes with a money back guarantee. You guys have already signed up. You didn't even see this. I love you. I want you to know that if you don't like it for any reason, you don't like it, it's not for you. You get annoyed at my voice. You just don't like the prayers. I don't care. If it's 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from signing up, you can literally just let me know and we will give you your money back. 30-day money back guarantee. There's literally nothing to risk. Okay. Now we do have a VIP option because I do understand that a lot of people also want a little bit more hand-holding, and they want a little bit, they have a more of a complex situation or complex business, or they want more intimacy with me. Okay. So I'm offering a VIP option for a select few that gives you an additional add-on of a 60-minute one-on-one coaching call with me that we can use anytime during the 6 weeks. You might want it right on the front end to get clear. You might want it in the middle when you get stuck, or you might want it on the back end once you put it all together, okay? But we can do a 60-minute one-on-one coaching call. That is for $1,277, or you can do 6 weekly payments of $212, okay? You can secure your VIP option. I want you guys to know that I'm limiting this one. There's only 10 of these. There's only 10 of these. And the reason is because my time is so precious right now. Running 2 businesses, working only 20 hours a week. I'm going to put a lot of time into the Upper Room in the community. So I only have a few extra hours per week. So I need to fit those all in before I give birth. All right. So Angela's in. That's awesome. Timothy says, I love it. Elena's like, I'm in. Okay. Now I want to just like call a spade a spade. We all have, if you're on this line, we all have disposable income. And if things are a little tighter for you right now, I still want to prove to you that we have disposable income, because we tend to, in our society, buy things all the time that are liabilities. We buy all the things that are comfort. We buy all of the wants. And I'm talking about things like lashes, nails, snacks, Starbucks, the fifth pair of black shoes from Payless. Are they even in business anymore? I don't know. The TJ Maxx run that you don't need to be doing, Sally. You don't need another black shirt. You don't need another purse. You don't need another app. You don't need another download. You don't need to go to the movies. Like we all are spending money somewhere into things that do not make us money. Correct? Say yes or yes in the chat. We all spend money, and I do too, guys. I spend money every single day on things that don't make me money. We spend money on necessities like food, but we also like go out. I buy jewelry. I buy all sorts of things that don't make me money. The best thing that you can do, if you are not where you want to be financially, if you are not where you know that God is calling you to be in alignment, that you need to take some of your income and you need to invest it into things that pay you money. You need to invest it into things that are assets. And the number one thing that you can invest disposable income, what is it? What's the number one thing you can invest your money in? There's only 3 things that are guaranteed to give you a return, by the way. Guaranteed. There's only 3 things I've ever learned that you can invest your money into that are guaranteed to give you a return. Number 1 is the stock market. If you stay in the stock market long enough, you will get a return. I love it. Kelly says Jesus. Yeah, that's number 4, I suppose, or number 1. Depending if you want to put that at the front of the line. You can always invest in the kingdom. That'll always give you a return. There's only 3 things here on this planet that you can invest in that are guaranteed to give you a return. Number 1 is stock market. Number 2 is real estate. If you hold on to property or land long enough, you will make money. You will. We know that statistically. All the studies show it. I'm not saying buying and flipping. I'm saying buy and hold. You will make money. I've made tons of money in real estate. Tons. Number 3, I think I've owned like 12 properties. I'm trying to think of how many were investments, like 9 investment properties. Number 3 is yourself. Number 3 is yourself. I invest 5 figures a year into my personal education. Even 2 weeks ago, my mentor, who's made, by the way, my mentor mentors me, has made $16 million online. $16 million. He just agreed to come onto the SoulCEO podcast. His name's Mike Dillard. He just launched a new course. I bought it. It's for beginners. It's how to make your first $500 online. He must have laughed when I bought it. I was like, I'm in. Why am I taking a first $500 online course? I want to see how he teaches it. I'm always learning. I'm always investing in my education so I can pour more money, more resources and tactics into you. So I had 2 choices: make it DIY, make it cheap, or make it a little bit more expensive, raise the price a little bit, and actually go all in with you. Now you have 2 choices. The first option is do nothing. Do not take this leap of faith, which, by the way, I just told you is risk-free. 30-day money-back guarantee. Or the second option is you pony up the small investment. I mean, compared to all the value that you're going to get in return, $11,000 worth of value, just to finally say, you know what? God, I'm ready. Lord, use me. I'm tired of playing small. Like, I need to do this. I'm ready. And if it works, great. If not, just ask for your money back and you'll get it. Okay? Is it really worth gambling a few more minutes and like possibly missing out on some of the bonuses or the coaching, the one-on-one coaching with me, to like think about it, to check it out? Is it worth like hemming and hawing and delaying again? Some of you guys keep saying, well, maybe in life, maybe in business, when God has clearly said, move. No, enough of maybes. Maybe it'll be for me. Move. Other programs will give you scripts or a random Instagram tactic or this little tip or a social media nugget, but you're still going to be left wondering how to put it all together. In the upper room, you'll get A to Z how I've made millions online while drawing closer to Christ. That is what this ascension is all about. It's going to be a lot. I'm not sugarcoating it. Like, if you're easily overwhelmed, I wouldn't sign up. I'm going to make it really simple, but I'm also going to give you a shiz ton of value. Now, I always talk about the tale of two people. If you guys have been on any of my classes, I always end with this. You have the struggling and striving Suzanne, the person that's constantly stuck in the struggle, constantly can't figure it out, always confused, always chaos, never disorder, doesn't invest in herself, doesn't follow through, doesn't take the tactics and actually implement them. And then the tale of the other person is that soulful and successful Sally, somebody that gets aligned with a coach, that invests in herself, that does the action even when it's scary, that gets outside of her comfort zone, that is teachable, coachable, and she sees results and she reaps a harvest. Let me show you what to do next. Go to stan.store/SoulCEO. General membership, general enrollment is $777 or weekly pay. If you want the VIP upper experience, it might already be sold out at this point. I probably is, but there's only 10 of those available. The first 10, you guys can get that one-on-one coaching session from me somewhere between now and the middle of December so that we can get your own personal brand on point, locked in, your strategy that's specific to you. It'll be worth your time and value. So remember, guys, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the micro celebrity method, the faithful funnel framework, part 1 and 2, that's going to create your offer and your funnel so that you can begin building the list that you own. I'll teach you how I use magnetic content creation to attract leads and traffic to me every day. Our community and conversion kit that helps turn followers into family and raving fans. Our scaling with Shalom. This is your focus, flow, and freedom to create automation and balance and rhythm in your business. And really sustainability, hello, so you don't burn out. And our private room, upper room community, our Facebook group, plus lifetime access to the modules with the bonuses of the Kingdom Clarity and Conviction mini course to get you started tonight. Literally, you can download it immediately upon joining the Facebook group. It's immediately already in guides, so you can print that out today, print it out tomorrow, take it to UPS, and immediately get to work. So it's like, you know what, God download me this. I need to know, where am I going? Where do you want me? Where do you have me? Upper room devotional, that'll be available later this week. The design is just getting finished. It's all done. It's really beautiful. So that'll be ready before we begin. You'll get the first 20, get a personalized brand and social media audit, and the spiritual cooking library, all 12 audios, total value of over $12,067. Now, if you guys have not yet purchased, if you didn't join immediately, I think there's probably 2 reasons. If you didn't already join, I have a feeling, let me call a spade a spade. Reason number 1 is you don't think you're techy enough, or you don't think you're special enough to build a micro celebrity brand or a profitable business online. Reason number 2, you're scared of rejection, and the thought of just putting yourself out there one more time just seems unbearable in business. I need you guys to know I am nothing special. Some of you guys would disagree with me. I need to like tell you, I am sitting here totally fat, pregnant, sweating, wearing compression socks up to my knees. Everything's a mess, getting ready for this launch. I want you to know I hate talking to strangers. I do it because the Lord prompts me to. I do it because that's what He's called me to do. Because you never know who you can witness, and sometimes you're the only Jesus people will ever meet. Mama, your hoodie is so cute. I just saw you finally. Mama, I haven't seen your face on my little thing all day. I was like, my mama's here. I want you to know I have failed at more businesses and launches than I've ever been successful in. Like, I've had more launches flop, more offers flop, more business. I've been in way more network marketing companies than you think. So you know, there's a series there. The first 5 years, I was trying a lot of different things. I spent the last 15, 16 years in trial and error discovering these marketing secrets. And I've also gone 8 times through the Bible to learn what He says about all of the habits and disciplines that you need to become the person He's called you to be, and what is aligned with Him, so that you're not dissuaded, or what's the word, taken astray. You can spend countless hours trying to figure this out, guys, the hard way. You can try to piece it all together. I've given you a ton of free value here, and I do every month in my masterclasses. But why? when you could just jump in with me. So the upper room, enrollment is open. We're going to keep the card open a couple days. To first come, first serve. Maybe the point where I'm like, okay, slow it down. Micro celebrity method, faithful funnel framework, 1 and 2, creating your offer and your funnels, the content creation, community conversions, scaling to Shalom, our upper room community lifetime access, plus all of our bonuses, the Kingdom Clarity Conviction mini course, the upper room 6-week devotional and planner. First 20 get the private personalized brand and social media audit and a spiritual equipping library, 12 audios, $12,000. All of this today for $777 one time or a 6-week payout, or $1277 if you want VIP only for the first 10. Those are probably already sold out at this point, but if it's there, you see it. Now, I do have some FAQ I want to go through. The chat has been so lit. I am so sorry I can't get to everyone. Are there payment plans? Yes, there are. In the chat, I'd love to do this. I'm just not financially. There are. You can choose our weekly payment plans, 100 and some bucks a week, 200 bucks a week for VIP, or you can use things like Klarna, the different pay-as-you-go plans. It's kind of like a layaway kind of type of feature where you can pay over time. Those are options at checkout. Now, this might be interesting. How many guys would love to refer somebody and earn a commission into upper room? Guys, drop a 2 in the chat if you know somebody. Drop a 3 in the chat, actually. Drop a 3 in the chat if you're like, you know what, I have a friend, I have a teamie, I have a leader, I have a business partner that they need to go this. This is the first time I've ever opened up an affiliate code for you guys once you join. So the moment you join, you'll be given a unique affiliate code and you'll earn 34% off of every single referral you make. So if you refer 3 people into upper room, your membership is free, essentially, right? 34, 34, 34. So if you have somebody, you need to get them to replay immediately with your affiliate link. Okay? I'll give you instructions in the Facebook group tomorrow on how to do that. Also, we're going to be doing another webinar in a couple of days for those, because we have a lot of people that missed it tonight. Another webinar in a couple of days. And so you can invite to that one. And I'll make sure at the end, hey, get back with the person that told you about this and sign up with their link. Okay? Kind of like a presentation code. And then I have my own people that I need to invite as well. Now, questions you might be wondering, like, do I need to have a big following to make sales? No, you don't need a big following. Some of my top students have 3,000 to 4,000, 5,000 people on their Instagram. They don't have like a ton of people, but you do need clarity in what you're doing. You need that conviction and that calling, right? That we get through in that first bonus. I'm going to show you guys how to build that magnetic brand and using the simple system that I do to attract buyers. But even if you have a small audience, I don't want you guys to be fooled by vanity metrics. There is a story of a famous influencer that had over 1 million followers and she couldn't even sell 30 t-shirts. She did a swag drop and launched a swag of a t-shirt and she couldn't even sell. The bare minimum for an order was 30 to get them produced, and she couldn't even sell that many. I have besties that have less than 5,000 followers and they're making 6 figures in digital marketing. They do not, it's not correlated. You don't need a big following, but it helps. We're going to help you grow the following for sure. But what if I don't know what to sell? What if I don't know what my offer is? Great. Perfect. You're coming untethered. You're untethered. You're a clean slate. That's exactly what the upper room is for. Like, we can uncover your divine assignment. We can clarify your message and help you create an offer that aligns with what your calling is, so that it feels what I call sacred to sell, not slimy, not pushy, and definitely something that you own and that God's calling you to. Eileen in the chat's asking, when does it start? It will be live and recorded. So it'll be live for those of you guys who can join live. And then if you miss, or you're on vacation, or you're traveling that day, or time zones, it'll be recorded. And then within, an hour or two, will be posted right into the group and the guides, and you'll own it forever. Question I get, I'm not good with tech. Will I be lost? Doubtful. I will walk you through every tool step by step. I'm a very good teacher. I hope you guys can see that. I'll give you the strategy. I'll also give you templates, recordings, examples, tutorials, so that you can build your brand with confidence. If you can send an email, like craft and format an email, bold, italicize, put a little signature, like, Gmail type of things, or Outlook. If you can post a video to your Facebook or post a video to your stories, or you can join a Zoom like this, you can profit online. Because a lot of the other technical stuff, like for instance, how many of you guys know my podcast? Drop a 4 in the chat. You know my podcast, right? SoulCEO Podcast. If you haven't yet subscribed, you'd love it. Do you guys know how I record those? Can you see my face right now? You guys can see my face. This is how I record them. In fact, most of the time, it looks more like me placing this on like a supplement bottle and talking to it on my desk. Like Pertanum or something here. Seriously, like I just talking to my phone in my voice memos, and then I upload that to the podcast software. Pretty neat, huh? And I have tens of thousands of downloads. Try not to think how easy this is. It's just so simple. If you can record a voice memo, how many guys can do that? Drop a 5. You can record a voice memo. If you can write out a little training and record you reading that training, you can have a podcast, and I'll teach you how to do it. By the way, podcasting is the new thing. People do podcasts more than TV. It is the new thing that we're going to talk about in the upper room. My podcast gets me so many leads. It's crazy. Do you guarantee results? No. Your results always reflect your level of effort, your influence, your follow through. I can't guarantee income, but I will guarantee that you'll have transformation. You'll have communion. You'll have fellowship with me and with this incredible group of women and men that have already joined. You'll have all the tools that you need. I can guarantee satisfaction though. I can't say that you'll have results, but I know that if you're not satisfied after 30 days or less, just email our team for a full refund. By the way, just so you know, the full refund is on the $777. That bump up to VIP, for our coaching call, that's not refundable. If we spend an hour together, I will not refund that time. You know why? Because that's the only thing I can't get back. Like, and I want you to respect my time as much that if we spend that time together, I don't think we'd get that far. I don't think we would. But that's the one thing I would never refund is an hour of my time, because that's the most important thing, especially if it is taken away from being with my family. Like, I guard my time so richly. So I want you to know the $777 is full refund less the coaching call. I hope you guys can appreciate that, and I hope you have the same standards and boundaries, because that's holy for your business too. How fast will you make money? Some people will start generating leads and sales right away. I mean, talking about like within the first few weeks, some of you guys might make a sale your first week because you already have some things in place and you just make some shifts in your clarity and messaging. Others, it might take some time. I want you to remember that your pace doesn't determine your value. It doesn't determine your purpose. Like, we're going to build a legacy business here. I've been at this for 16 years. We're not going to try to go viral or force something that's artificial or looks manufactured. It's going to feel authentic to you. We're going to craft it as long as it takes, okay? But you'll have the groundwork in your first 3 weeks to at least be able to collect money. And that's exciting. What you do from that all depends on how fast you implement what I teach, okay? So the more you do, the faster you implement, the faster you're teachable, the quicker that you should see some results. But everyone's on different starting fields, okay? Another question I got in my DMs, like, I got a lot of emails this week when I was promoting this masterclass. Like, I want to be a part of what you're doing. I know you're launching something big. People are like, I feel like it's so saturated. How many guys have felt this? Like, am I too late online? Like, the feed, there's so many people creating. There's so many people selling what I want to sell. Or maybe you're in a company that has tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of other reps. Like, am I too late? I want you guys to know you're 100% right. It is saturated. But you know what the market is saturated with? Boring white noise marketers that look like, sound like, and message like every other person in their company. Can I get an amen? That's what online is saturated with. People that are boring, that stand for nothing, that are super neutral, that copy paste. You are going to find that you have a unique voice, that God has called you to be uniquely you. And that message, that story, what you've walked through, the wounds that you have, the vulnerability that you're going to uncover, the moment that you step into that power, the moment that you realize that people will buy from you over a sea of people selling the exact same thing. Question. I want those that have already joined me in Upper Room. I know a lot of you guys have already joined, right? Will you be honest and say, will you tell me and tell those that are on the fence right now, Is it true or true that other people teach this stuff? How to build funnels, how to create content, how to create offers, how to, is it true? Is it true? 100%. How many people teach this? Tens of thousands of marketers teach it. Tens of thousands of successful marketers teach how to build a business online. But why do you buy from me? Why? The same reason they're going to buy from you. Because God has anointed you with a unique message, a unique story, a calling, a gifting, and experience. You have your own divine way of saying it. And you say trust. That's been because my micro celebrity branding formula has worked. You buy because of my faith. You buy because I'm bold about Christ. You buy because I'm unapologetic about what it really takes, because I don't hype it all up. I don't tell you that it's going to be easy. I don't tell you to sacrifice your family for money. I don't tell you to burn yourself out. You buy because I'm a contrarian in the marketplace, right? Where everyone's 99% are saying go this way, I'm the one saying go that way, go his way. That's why you buy from me. It's the same reason they will buy from you. Because you might teach homeschooling or homesteading or canning or gardening, or I'm just thinking of all like home stuff right now. For some reason, that's on my brain. But because of your unique flavor, they're going to buy from you because your accent, because your personality, because your twang, because of your heart story. Chrissy asked, can I join a day or two? Yes, the cart will be open for at least a couple of days. Well, let's just say 7. We're going to keep the cart open for 7. I have a feeling those first 2 bonuses with the audits and the spiritual equipping are probably going to be gone, because it looks like a lot of people have joined. Let's keep it 7 days, 777, right? Number of perfection, number of completion. We'll go to next Monday night. Okay. So we'll go to next Monday night. I'll keep the cart open. Let me show you how to put this all together. We've been here long enough. It's time to make a decision. It's time to ascend into the upper room. If you feel like God's calling you here, if not, thank you for your love. Thank you for being here all the time. And guys, in November, we'll do another free masterclass. You won't be able to join. There won't be a pitch. There won't be a cart, just so you know. We're opening this up and closing it, and we're done for this year. And I'm going to have a baby, and then I'll see you in spring. Okay. Sayonara. This is your last chance before I give birth to ogre number 3. My husband's ogre number 1. My Cashie's ogre number 2. And I have a feeling that number 3 is going to look just like my husband and my son. I am but a mere vessel to bring Tony Picard's genes into this world. This is your last chance to work with me until spring, for sure. There might be some, if I have some holy healing, maybe I'll see you in March. I don't know. This is it. So get started. Kelly's like, maybe it'll be Rachel. Well, it's a boy, and I saw the first ultrasound, and it looks a lot like Cash. So we'll see in a couple weeks. I have another ultrasound, and we'll see at birth. But I just have a feeling that those Picard genes are just too strong, and that's what it's going to be. All right, so get started. Coaching. I will not be on maternity leave during this course. No, I will not be having the baby before this course is over. So this is 6 weeks. So we'll get this done. And by the way, that we strategically timed this. We're going to start in November. We'll be done before Christmas. We'll be done a week before Christmas. So this will allow you to have everything done before the holidays so that you can move into New Year's with an offer, with a funnel, with a promotion, with a launch. So this whole idea is so that you're not waiting till 2026 to get everything put together. You're using the time where most people are sleeping, partying, shopping. You are literally building the groundwork for your profits next year. That's why we're doing this now. I should not be, guys, just so you know, I should not be doing this right now. I'm in my 3rd trimester. This is insane. But when God says to do it, you do it. I'm like, okay, I've been dragging my feet for a year, and that's what I get for dragging for it so long that now I'm this pregnant. So we will come together. I will breathe very heavily and it'll be wonderful. So we start next week. Time in classes, they'll probably vary. Michelle's asking what time in classes will be. They're going to vary week to week. One, it's partially my schedule. We will have some weeknight classes, but we also might have some Saturday classes because I know a lot of you guys also like weekends. But then we'll avoid things like around Thanksgiving and, maybe push it a little bit earlier in the week. So I'll have the schedule up and just do your best to be on live, to clear your calendar, to wake up, whatever time you need to be on live. That's going to be the best value, but they are recorded, and all of us are going to be in that group every single day. So you can get questions answered. You can talk to everybody in the group, create some accountability in the group. If you want to maybe we'll set up some like accountability partners, all that. And then remember, if you got the VIP, if you're one of the first 10 that got the VIP, you'll get an extra coaching call with me as well. So let's say you missed one live, you watched the recording, but you still had some questions that you didn't get to answer, get an answer for because you weren't on live. We can have that time together. Okay. So very excited for all you guys who said yes. Excited to partner with you, and excited to see. Oh, by the way, Kelly's like, the links in the email aren't working. Don't worry, I'll send them all right out. So you guys will have access to the Facebook group. Because you know what it is, Kelly? Is because I have the Facebook group on private. So I need to get off this webinar. I'm going to make the Facebook group public so you guys can join. So click on that, and we will see you guys in the upper room. God bless. Replay will be sent out very, very soon, and we'll see you in the group.